Welcome to the When It Matters podcast, brought to you by Kirkwood Bank and Trust. This podcast provides in-depth interviews with business owners and banking experts about how to better your financial health and be prepared for the moments that matter. I'm Steve Allard, loan officer with Kirkwood Bank and Trust. Today's guest is David Duma, the owner and brewmaster of Gideon's Brewing Company. David, explain a little bit about what you brought us here today and what we're going to be taking a taste of.
Okay, we brought our Yumberry Sour, which is a kettle sour, and we brew with fresh fruit. So it's we use blackberries, blueberries, and strawberries, and also some raspberries in there as well.
Well, let's give it a taste.
Cheers.
Ooh, yep, that's really good, Dave. Thank you for bringing that today. Why don't you start off telling us a little bit about yourself, your background?
Well, I grew up here in Bismarck, and then attended North Dakota State University. After graduating, I was a helicopter pilot in the Marine Corps for 20 years. After retiring, I was able to go back to school to get a finance degree while I was in the Marine Corps. Finally moved back to Bismarck about 3 years ago, and then 2 years ago opened up Gideon's Brewing Company.
Okay. When did you start brewing, I guess, as a hobby, and how long have you been doing that to lead you into, just 2 years ago starting doing it commercially?
So a friend and I started brewing when I was in Virginia, and we did that for several years, brewing on weekends, and then I also brewed at home as well. And then once moved to Bismarck, continued brewing, home brewing, and then until finally we opened up the brewery. And then now that we're at our new location, we've been doing these small batches, which are like home brewing, because we're brewing 5 gallons at a time. So we've been doing quite a bit of those here in the last couple of months. Okay.
And how many small batch, what size, I guess, or amount of beer does that produce, and how often do you do that?
Well, it produces roughly about 4 to 4.5 gallons. We release 2 new batches every week, so we're in the neighborhood of about 50 batches that we've made in the last couple of months.
If somebody were to want to start, brewing, what advice would you give?
I think to be flexible is probably the best advice. Trends are changing all the time. Beers are come in favor and out of favor, so to be flexible, not to be afraid to try something new, even though that you may not like it. Your customers do like something like that. And then I think probably lastly is you're going to fail at some point, and probably don't beat yourself up over it too badly. Just learn from it and then move on and continue.
So if you have to dump some beer, you're going to dump some beer.
You're going to dump some beer. So it's some batches are going to go bad.
Yeah.
Some batches won't sell as well, and they'll just get old, and you'll have to dump them. But you'll have some beer that you're going to have to dump.
Yeah. Through the last couple of years, what's been some key points into, succeeding and kind of getting to where you're at?
Well, I think first, opening out in Lincoln and being out in Lincoln for a year and a half out there, learning kind of the business, if you will, how to brew on a larger scale. I think being in the shop condo was at the time was a good starting point for us. We're able to do other things out there that probably we can't do here now, is like having cornhole tournaments. We were able to do those indoors and outdoors since we had so much more space. Moving into Bismarck, downtown Bismarck, was another key moment for the business. It's allowing us to grow more. It's more accessible to a larger population. And then I think lastly, doing these small batches has been a really good experience for the brewery. We find out what our customers like and what they don't like, and then what they do like, then we end up brewing a much larger batch on those.
Well, David, thank you very much for joining us today. Where can people connect with you, learn more about Gideon's?
We do have a website. Facebook we try to keep that a little bit, that's more up to date, has all of our events on there. Instagram, we're also on Instagram and Twitter as well.
And where are you located?
We are located at 107 North 5th Street here in downtown Bismarck.
Okay, again, thank you so much for joining us. Cheers. Thanks for joining me today, and thanks for listening to this episode of the When It Matters podcast. Subscribe for new episodes and connect with us online at Kirkwood Bank and Trust on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and LinkedIn. And for more information or to speak with one of our financial experts, visit kirkwoodbank.com. Have a great day, and we'll talk again next time on the When It Matters podcast.